Hi Leo, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your June 2020 mid-month tarot check. This is for all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I hope you're all doing well. And I just want to thank everyone who's been watching the readings, subscribed, liked, commented, and shared the videos. I really appreciate your support. And it's been, what a blessing in my life. I've been reading tarot a long time. And doing this many readings has definitely opened up that energy portal even more. So if you've ever thought about learning how to throw cards, I'd say do it. You know, it's fun and it's interesting, it's enlightening, and it definitely raises my vibration. I know, at least for me personally. So it's yeah, I'd say don't let something hold you back. If you're in a metaphysical store and you find a deck, pick it up. You know, you might find that it becomes something like this even. If you're new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you want to be notified of when new videos are posted, you can hit the bell, but it's every week. So if you don't like notifications, just check back every week. All right, let's get some guidance here for Leo. What's the guidance, please, for Leo? Guidance for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feels pretty good. Excuse me. All right, guys. Your current position, you've got the Magician. And the immediate influence is the Queen of Pentacles. Your destiny here is the Seven of Wands. In the distant past, you've got the Six of Swords here. More recent past, you've got the Three of Swords. You've got the Three of Cups in the near future. You're represented here by the Queen of Cups. The person around you is the Four of Swords. You've got the Queen of Swords as your hopes and fears, and the Three of Pentacles is in the outcome position. You've got the King of Wands and the Page of Cups on the bottom here as clarifiers. Well, all right, let's take a look at this. Just looking at the energy of the cards, the elements here, you've got every element really represented here. It does feel like there's been some kind of breakup and there hasn't been any communication. It's possible for some of you, what I feel like right off the bat is like somebody's chasing to get back into your good graces, like somebody screwed up here. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat for a minute. There's allergy season, and I took a long walk earlier. So anyway, I don't want you to have to listen to that. But it feels like there could have been a third party here for sure. You've got the Three of Swords followed by the Three of Cups. And but I think it's with deep regret, whoever that's for. But you're definitely with the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles, you've got, you bring it all. You're the whole enchilada here, right? He's got everything on the table. He brings it all. It's definitely a card of manifestation. It's law of attraction. It is about being able to bring heaven to earth. If you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your reality. And the main thing I think that trips people up with that is it's about raising your consciousness. So not just your thoughts, but also your feelings and your mood. And I feel like you've gotten yourself in a good place here from whatever you had to move away from. And I question how much you'd be willing to go back into something. It just feels a bit like you're skeptical of this. I mean, I mentioned you've got 2 threes. You've actually got 3 threes here. So it's quite significant in this reading. But the Magician's all about infinite abundance, okay? You've got the infinity symbol, and the Magician is, it's a very powerful card. It's also, too, I don't read it this way a lot, but it's also about not being taken advantage of. The Magician can see right through stuff, right? The Magician has those magical abilities. And so you've got all the tools that you need. And with this card, it's transformative. So with the Queen of Pentacles here, there's a bit of a softening agent to it, okay? She's humble. She is very wealthy. This is a wealthy woman. It's a very stable and financially savvy card. So for some of you, you are definitely able to bring money forward right now. You are an absolute channel for money. And so I do think that's a piece of this, that whoever this is involved with, it could also be something with work where there was a separation, there was a parting of ways with somebody, or there's some kind of divisiveness. That could also be true, because it feels very much, there's money involved here, but there's also a parting of ways, and sort of a non-emotional, there's sort of a sternness about it. So with the Seven of Wands here, sevens are always about movement, and he's moving forward. He's also elevated. So the Seven of Wands, he's victorious. I'm sorry, I said it was about movement. I meant to say victory. I apologize. He's about victory, success. He's elevated. So the Seven of Wands here is winning the battle, and that's your destiny. You're coming out on top. Your destiny is to be victorious here. Okay, you're not in a position where you have to take second best or you have to take anybody back. That is for sure. But I feel like whoever this is kind of going to be groveling. They might be quiet for now, but I just think they're going to be putting themselves in a position that's going to be very unattractive. You know, and again, if it's work too, that's also possible. There's somebody that was very competitive, and I feel like they were found out. Something was found out about them. Like they were caught doing something like shortcutting or shortchanging, or it just wasn't, they were doing things that they knew they should not have been doing. They didn't necessarily lose their job, but they were maybe reprimanded. It feels like that's certainly possible. But in the more distant past, you've got the Six of Swords here. So you've definitely moved away, but you moved forward. There was an emotional separation here. And it was with a heaviness. There was definitely a somberness to this. And I feel like you had good people around you who were able to guide you and be there for you and talk with you and just be sort of a soft place to land. But it does feel a bit like there was a pride issue with it. Like it was kind of unbelievable, quite frankly. So you got this Three of Swords, and it was heartbreak. There was definitely a betrayal here. There's a very heaviness with these three threes together. It feels like somebody knew what they were doing was going to hurt you, and they did it anyway. And then they kind of want to quickly recover, or they tried to quickly recover with it, but they just were still playing a lot of games, and they weren't being honest, and they were just overall, they weren't true to themselves either, okay? There were things that they went against in their own belief system. I don't know if drinking or drugs was a part of it. Like the person has morals, but they completely lost their moral compass. It was like completely turned off. And my God, whoever this was, it's like they weren't, like I said, they weren't true to themselves, and it caused a lot of pain. I'm almost seeing too, like somebody's mom crying in this. Like the parents were even upset by it. Just what really was, the conduct of this person was not good. So coming towards you, you've got this Three of Cups. Now, you know, with this person, I feel like they have been radio silence for quite a while, but I think they're going to try to come back around. I don't know that I feel more like you're inclined to say no thank you to it. Some of you may also have an opportunity, just as things are opening back up. You may meet somebody when you're out and about, and it may not be necessarily at a bar or a nightclub or anything like that. It may be more of like walking in the park, or I'm seeing artwork for somebody. There's something to do with artwork. They're looking at murals or things, walking, and they kind of casually strike up a conversation and find that there's an interest there. There's a spark there. So I do think that's a potential, but I still feel like there's some heartache there. I feel like you're really working on healing. You're very much with the Queen of Cups, healing your heart, healing your soul. and very nurturing, loving energy. You know, I've mentioned this before. I like Leos. You're warm, but you're that, you know, in love relationships out of the fire signs, you're definitely the most likely to sustain. You know, you burn long and slow and warm. So it was, I hate to say you don't deserve this. You didn't deserve that, because that's it's kind of a cop-out in terms of universal laws, but it feels like that was the feeling around it. Like, what in the world? This person has truly lost their mind. But that's, I guess, more the feeling of people around you too. I think really were surprised and shocked, and but you've got a recovery period here coming. You really do. And so if you feel like, you know what, I have really struggled with this, I haven't felt like reconnecting or connecting with anyone in that way for a long time because of this situation, I think you're coming back out of it. You really are. And, you know, and sometimes those are our best teachers. You know, the most painful lessons that we go through are what really open us up to the universe, and they connect us in a way that, you know, we spiritually come out in a different place and have better relationships after that. So, you know, like I said, right now, I feel like this person has not been communicating with you. They may have been working on some things too. Like I said, if there was drugs or alcohol involved, they may have been working on trying to sober themselves up, get into some kind of recovery from that. And that may be when they decide to try to come back around. But again, I think even a sober version of this person, there was too much pain there, really. You know, just there was too many people, too much pain involved in it. So I don't know that you're really going to be too interested in it. You have here the Queen of Swords, and this is your hopes and fears. This is a queen who has known pain. Okay, this is a queen who has had heartache, and because of it, she's a little bit jaded. It can be a very stern type of communication coming ahead. And that really, it doesn't feel like it's going to hurt you in any way. I don't see that, because you end with the King of Wands, and that's you and your own power. But it does feel like you're going to have to be very clear, very directive with somebody. And even the people around you, if you got people pushing you to do something that you don't want to go back to, I think you're going to take over and really take charge and speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself. So you know, I feel like you are on the right track. Now, your outcome here with the Three of Pentacles here, I think you are manifesting love. And again, it may not be a reconciliation with somebody who hurt you, but you're definitely manifesting something. And it's long-term. It's like moving in together. It's cohabitating. Certainly could be a marriage eventually. You know, it may take a few months to get there, but it's, you know, in terms of meeting somebody and then getting to the point where you're looking at the next level of a relationship. But I do think that what you have gone through has given you some things in terms of perspective and really being discerning, because some of you may have been kind of, God, the word hornswoggled just came in. I'm sorry, but kind of duped into, how about that? Duped into even a relationship with a person to begin with. It didn't turn out well, and then now it's like your self-worth, you know your value, you have, and it's not even about self-love as much as learning self-respect, I think, in some cases. Not necessarily for everybody, but in some. You know, and sometimes when we're smitten with somebody and we are head over heels, we don't see some things until it's really developed into a problem. So overall, I do think you have love coming in. I think you do have somebody coming back around that you're not going to pay too much attention to, and that's their loss. I'll tell you that right now. It is definitely their loss. So here's an oracle card to attract more love into your life. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of all wonderful things life has to offer. Very true. And then we'll close things off with Abraham Hicks, Ask and It Is Given. Life is always in motion, so I cannot be stuck. It is not possible to stand still or be stuck, because energy, and therefore life, is always in motion. Things are always changing. The reason it may feel to you as if you are stuck is because while you are continuing to think the same thoughts, things are changing. but they are changing to the same thing over and over again. There's a few signs that could use that. In this reading, I think it makes sense, but I definitely see that, and I see it sometimes in the comments that people leave me. They don't realize that it's their own vibrational hold that keeps attracting this stuff back to them. So I feel good things are coming up for you in the future. You've been through some shit for sure, and it's a hard part of life, but I think overall it's going to bring you something that's going to be very special. So I love you so much, Leo, and I'll be back again soon.